good afternoon, Grace Church. This is Edie Swearingen on Tuesday, coming to you live for a construction update. Hope you guys had a good evening. I'm just now arriving back at the church and discovering so much work has been done just this morning. These cross beams are being put in here right outside the window. Back up a little bit and show you where I'm looking from inside the building, so you can orient yourself and see where I'm coming to you live from. These guys are working hard already this morning. They enjoyed some coffee and donuts as a thank you for all that they're doing. And they are back to work. It's amazing to me to think that these beams are basically the floor. That will be the walkout into the new sanctuary. And obviously you can see down below that will be the new fellowship hall and children's ministry area. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Again, I just arrived back at church this morning. It's about noon on Tuesday, and so much has happened just since I left you yesterday evening or late afternoon. There's the crane. I can't get a good glimpse of it. There you go. There's the crane. And currently they're bringing in these cross beams and putting them in. There's a couple of guys over here waiting for the next bunch of beams that they could put in on this side. So just a quick glimpse. I'm going to come to you probably in another hour or so and give you another live update, but I wanted to just say good afternoon, happy Tuesday. It's been a lot of fun sharing these live videos with you so that you can see things the minute they are happening. Another beam there. I'm gonna drop that in and keep doing this for a while, gathering up materials, and then they're going to put more of these cross beams in. I'm amazed that they're up there without harnesses themselves. But they are professionals and know exactly what they're doing. And now they will release the crane and it will fly over and get more materials that are out here in the parking lot. When I arrived, I realized they had taken up a good portion of the parking lot, laying out these materials so that the crane can just easily come and pick them up. So if you do happen to come over, there's not an enormous amount of space in the parking lot, but if you do come over to take a live look, we encourage you to park along the very back row. It will be obvious to you if you come to the parking lot, but park along the very back row. As you enter, go all the way to the right so that we are not in the way of the steel team. So I'll look forward to catching up with you in just maybe about an hour or so when the next bit of construction is done. I'll come and give you another peek. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Hey, good afternoon, Grace Church. It is Tuesday afternoon, about 2:30. It's August 28th. I'm just giving you another Facebook Live update on construction here at the church. These guys over here are working on hoisting floor beams that will go in on the sanctuary floor. So they connect groups of those together and lift them up and over. And I'll show you in just a few minutes what they do with those as far as putting them out on the floor where the sanctuary will be. Just kind of neat to get a glimpse of that. So there they go. There's a group of those. They're going to just swing across the sky. Up and over. And then lower back into the area where they'll be placed for the sanctuary floor. I also wanted to show you over on this side, these are the beams that will go across the top. So roof structure, roof support. And these have been put together out here in the parking lot because they are enormous. Diana, Pastor Mark, and I have all been talking today about how we imagine they will get those back there. So anyway, these are, again, the supports for the roof. And they have been knocked together. This joint right here, out here in the parking lot at Grace Church. So I'm going to take you on a little bit of a walk. And while I'm taking you over behind the building so that we can really see what's going on, see some of the action, I will remind you of our service opportunities. So tomorrow is Wednesday at 10 a.m. in person here at the church. Pastor Eric Arvidsson is going to be filling in for Pastor Lou Miller for our hymns and Devos service. Again, that's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. And I just want to remind you that you will need to reserve seats for that. All of our in-person services, indoor worship, you need to reserve space because space is limited due to the desire to socially distance. So check your weekly update or the church website. You can find the sign up for that. So Sunday morning, in-person worship here in the sanctuary, 9:30 and 11. And that you will also need to reserve seating for. So 9:30 is masks required. 11 o'clock is masks not required but strongly encouraged. And then we also have some options if you're not quite ready to worship in person or you have circumstances that keep you home, then you can worship via live stream. That's at 9:30 here on this Facebook page. It starts about 9:25 with announcements, and then 9:30 we worship. As well as FM 97.9 in the parking lot. You can catch that at 9:30 and 11 as well. So just some options. There'll also, weather permitting, there will be some tents out here, just a couple of small tents. If you would like to listen to the FM broadcast and be under the shade of a tent as opposed to being in your car, that option will be available as well. So, but you're welcome to join us for all of those ways to worship. We look forward to seeing some of you in person, seeing some of you online, and having some of you close, if not in the building, listening on FM radio. So I'm going to take you down and show you what has been happening here this morning and early this afternoon. These gentlemen are putting in those floor supports that we talked about. They're not the large cross beams, but they're kind of smaller cross beams that support the floor that we will one day soon, sooner than we imagine, we will be walking across those throughout our new sanctuary. So it's exciting to see the progress that they have made just in a few hours here today. If you missed live updates yesterday, you're going to see a lot of progress here. They worked all day yesterday putting up these steel beams, building the steel structure for the new sanctuary upstairs and the new children's ministry and expanded fellowship hall area downstairs. So I'm going to see about taking you around. Maybe I could just get you a little bit of a look at the current side of the building, the side of the current building. They have taken out, you can't quite see it, but they have taken out some siding and put in, you can kind of see those beams better from this vantage point. You can see those floor supports better, but they have put all of these supports in today. Just doing a phenomenal job, taking great care of us, expanding our facility here at Grace Community Church. So I'm going to say goodbye for today. I am headed out for the day, but I will give you some additional video and photograph footage hopefully tomorrow. They are going to be out again tomorrow. They were not sure that they would finish today, but they are going to work into Wednesday, but I do believe that they plan to be finished up Wednesday. If you'd like to come by the church, I suggested this earlier. If you come in, make sure that as soon as you get into the parking lot, you do a hard right and go to the very back, because as I showed you earlier, they have laid out those roof beams, and so there's not a lot of space, and of course we don't want to get into their way. But if you come and you want to take a look in person, feel free to. And I'll continue to update you at gracefreechurch.org/building-campaign. There's a photo gallery, a video gallery, and a place for general updates. So just navigate around through there, and I've posted pictures this morning and video. So if you haven't taken a look yet, head over there and take a look. There's so much going on. It is hard to keep up on. It's super exciting times here at Grace Church. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and we'll catch up soon. Stay tuned. Hey, good morning, Grace Church. This is Edie Swearingen. It is Wednesday morning, about 9:30 a.m., and I have an exciting update for you. They are swinging rafters this morning. If you can see off in the distance there is one of the roof supports. They call rafters. And they have 4 of those to put on today, but they have put the first one on. They brought it from the parking lot, and I will have video and photographs of that operation a little later for you today. But I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the very first rafter being put on here at Grace Church for our new sanctuary and children's ministry fellowship hall expansion. So it's a super exciting time here at Grace. This was a little earlier than expected. I think they were planning to get to that a little later this afternoon, but they are doing it this morning. So I raced over here so I could give you a glimpse into that piece of the action. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. They have put the fencing back up so we can't get too close, and rightfully so, as there's a lot of large steel and construction going on right on the other side of that fence. So I'm going to take you over there. There's Diana and Mark and Pastor Eric. I'm just going to take you over so that you can just get a better look at it. So there it is, the very first rafter going in this morning. So the building is really taking shape. You can see it actually looks like a building now with the steel structure being put into place. So see if I can get a little bit closer just to give you a look there. Super exciting over here at Grace this morning. This is a very big step in the process. Very exciting moment. You can see off there in the distance. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. Gentleman working up there to secure on the west side there. So much has happened in the last 3 days here at Grace. All of this steel being put into place. Again, a big part of the process. So I will be back with you a little later this afternoon for a live update on where they are. Hopefully around 1 o'clock this afternoon. You can see, I imagine by then they will have all 4 of these rafters in, and if not, they will be close to finishing that part of the process. So stay tuned. We'll see you back here this afternoon. Hey, good afternoon, Grace Church. This is Edie Swearingen, just giving you a Wednesday afternoon live look. This is what Andy calls swinging rafters. So this is the third of 4 roof supports, or rafters as they're called. And they are bringing this from the parking lot around to the back of the building to set it in place. So I'm going to do a little less talking on this live and just let you take a look, because I really don't know exactly what I'm looking at. I don't really have a lot to offer. Maybe one of these guys could do the talking for me much better. But I'm just going to stand back and let you watch this process. Yesterday we were discussing our fascination with how they would get those pieces from the parking lot, as enormous as they are, how they would get them from the parking lot up and over into the back section there to be put in place. And it appears as though they do it with a fair amount of ease. I'm sure that these guys have been doing this a long time, know what they're doing. Look at that, it's fascinating. It climbs up there and he attaches these cables from the crane. So the crane is going to pick it up and take it where it will ultimately rest as part of the steel framework for our new sanctuary. Thank you for joining us live this Wednesday afternoon. Much cooler afternoon. I think it's only in the 80s today instead of the 90s, and that 10 degrees makes a huge difference. These guys have been out here working for the last 3 days in that extreme heat, just taking good care of us to get our building expansion finished up. Well, not finished up, but continue it on its way. There goes the crane. Picking this up. It's just incredible. Just gonna stay back here, let it go, and then in a few seconds I'll walk over there. Once it clears the building, I'll walk over. Right now they want me to stay back. There it goes. It's amazing. Just right up and over. Just incredible. So for those of you just joining, this is the third rafter section that will be going in on the new building. I can't get a great shot from here, but this is where they would like me to stay back. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer and give you a look. You can see in the back there are two set of rafters already installed. They did those this morning. They started bright and early. If you'll look back on this page, there's another video of the installation for the rafter, but this one I actually got to take a look and show you up here what it was like to do what they call swinging rafters. So they swung it up over the building with this large crane, and they're going to set it down in place right there. I'm doing a little less talking on this live video because I think a picture is worth 1,000 words. We're going to swing it back around and land it right on that steel beam there, the east side of the building. We've been enjoying giving you live updates more than usual this week as this exciting part of the process, the installation of the steel frame building. So thanks for joining us the last few days as we've gotten to give you a live look at what's happening over here at Grace Church. It's really an exciting time. If you'd like to re-watch videos and see additional photographs. And next week we'll have some aerial footage that Keith Bruce has taken for us. If you'd like to keep up to date on all of that, just visit us at gracefreechurch.org/building-campaign. This evening I'll be posting updates from yesterday, and then this footage from today. And they just climb right up there and they're going to knock that together. It's just incredible. So again, if you're just joining us, you can see that is the third of 4 rafters, sets of rafters, framework for the roof that's going in. And earlier today they put those other 2, and then those small cross beams that will support all the way across the roof. So I hope that you guys are having a great afternoon. Thanks for joining for this exciting bit. I'll be back with you this evening. I'm going to try to get one more live in with just the progress from today happened and where they ended the day. I think steel structure ready for the next steps. So thanks again for joining, and stay tuned. Good evening, Grace Church. This is Edie Swearingen. It is almost 6:30 on Wednesday evening, and I just wanted to give you a look at where we are at in construction land. It is just amazing to see how much they've done just in the last couple of hours. All 4 of the roof supports are now in. Those rafters are in, and as you can see, they are tying those together with additional metal beams. They are making great progress on that. They will be working on tying all of those together more tomorrow. And I understand from Pastor Mark Marvel and his discussion with the foreman today, they will plan to be here, the steel team will plan to be here through Wednesday of next week, making sure that all of the sanctuary floor beams are level and square. All of those are good and safe for us. So they're going to take the first 3 days of next week to make sure that that is the case. They will check and double check each one of those. You can kind of see them. They weld those to the cross beams. So they'll go through and they will check that each one of those is level and square and safe for us on our sanctuary floor. So that is what I've got for you this evening. Again, the 4 rafters, sets of rafters are in, and the cross beams or the ties are in the process. So it looks like they're about maybe half of the way done on those. I imagine tomorrow they'll finish that up, and then next week they will work again on leveling and squaring off each one of these floor beams. So it has been a really exciting week here at Grace. A lot accomplished. It's really taking shape. And again, I say this often, but it is incredible to me how quickly things come together and how quickly they work. So we've been watching these gentlemen out here all week in just extreme temperatures, just working their hearts out for us. And we do appreciate them and Andy and his team. As well, we appreciate you and your giving and your prayer support. This project would not be possible without all of those pieces coming together. And so we thank the Lord that He is the orchestrator of all of those ties that bind and cause a project like this to come to fruition. So again, thank you for joining us this week. I probably will not have a live for you tomorrow. I may have another one for you Friday with an update on where they are at that point. But again, the steel team will be here through next Wednesday, just making sure that everything is just perfectly safe, squared off, and really set for us to lay flooring. So I really appreciate you being with me this week and listening in on these live updates. If you want to catch additional video, we will have aerial footage. We have photographs. If you want to keep up to date on all of that, continually check back at gracefreechurch.org/building-campaign. Again, it's gracefreechurch.org/building-campaign. There is a photo gallery there and a video gallery and a place where we put general updates, and you can keep up on all that is going on with construction here at Grace Church. So I hope you have a great night. Give you one more last look, and then I'll sign off until probably Friday, unless something super exciting happens and I dart down here to give you a look at that. Incredible work. To God be the glory. Okay, have a great night and stay tuned. Hey, good morning, Grace Church. This is Edie Swearingen. It is Friday, almost noon. Here at the church, there's still action going on. Every day, there's some new developments. I hope that you're not tired of hearing from me this week, but I wanted to bring you a Friday Live. And I wanted to start off by showing you, in case those of you that had not heard already, this is going to be the new entrance to the church. It's going to be 2-level, and it's going to come from the parking lot, a nice walkway right across, and then you'll go downstairs for children's ministry and upstairs into the current sanctuary, which will ultimately be a large multi-purpose area, fellowship hall. There'll be a nice welcome area. So you'll walk through the current sanctuary and then out into the new sanctuary. So they are working hard on that entryway. Today they're prepping the ground for that. So I wanted to start by showing you that. So they have not worked on that entryway for a little while. They've put some forms up and have poured some concrete into those, but they haven't worked on this side of the building for a couple of weeks, so I wanted to show you what was happening there. They're also continuing to work on this side of the building. They have put the steel structure in. They did that this week over the course of three and a half days. And now what they're doing is they're putting in, actually they've put in the floor supports. What they're doing now is they are welding them in place, getting ready for the second story floor. So these guys have been welding all morning, making great progress. So these supports are just being squared off and put in place, welded down, making sure they're all exactly where they need to be, and that the floor is safe and ready for concrete. They'll be doing that for the next few days, today and probably Monday and Tuesday. They should be here until Wednesday, finishing up that process, just making sure it is perfect and ready to go. So everything is just taking shape. It's incredible how much work they have gotten done this week. I was talking with Nancy Peters, who is out doing some work with us in the church building today, and she comes out once a month to do a particular project. And she said last she was out, they were blasting granite. And so in just a month, how much progress has been made here on the building project for Grace Community Church. So I just wanted to give you a quick Friday Live, show you where we were at. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Look forward to seeing some of you in person for worship on Sunday. And don't forget to check your email and your weekly update to find out how you can worship with us in a variety of other ways. Live stream, FM radio, and then our special new service on Wednesday mornings. So check that out. And we look forward to seeing you, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.